Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a few weeks since we've done a video. We've had just a lot of stuff going on ending up the year with our son Connor. He's fixing to graduate. He's been ending up baseball, and they had their sports banquet last night. So family comes first around here. So we've been haven't been to the camp lately, but we're up early this morning. We're headed down there. We're gonna put out some minerals on our mineral sites, and we're gonna make the hog pen back up. Last time me and Connor went in there turkey hunting, we saw a few hog tracks, which is the first we've seen since probably the last hogs he killed in there. I think that was back in January. But got one or two going around. There's actually some hog hunters running dogs in there. They think they may have one bait up on us right now. If we run up on that, we'll get a little bit of video of that, but not sure how that's going to go. But we're going to head to the feed store, and we're going to be putting out Di-Cal, which is dicalcium and phosphorus. It's got a lot of calcium and phosphorus in it, which is the two main minerals needed for antler growth. Everybody knows antler growth is the primary sources is age and nutrition. Then you got protein, and then on the mineral side it's calcium and phosphorus. They draw a lot of that out of their bones for antler growth, so it needs to be replaced. Another good mineral that they need is salt. After the calcium and phosphorus, they need the salt because in the springtime everything's green, it's got a high water content, so they use a lot of the salt in their body to balance that out. So they've got to replace that salt. So that's doesn't have that much to do with antler growth, but their body needs it. As far as your does, all the minerals help with gestation and lactation, which puts off healthier fawns, which puts off pretty much all around healthier herd. So if you got a healthy deer herd, it starts with your does and having healthy fawns. So it's just a little something we can do. It's a springtime, summertime deal with the minerals. They don't need that much in the fall because they're not growing the antlers, they're not, lactating and stuff like that. So this is the time of year to do it. We're actually late. It's the 1st of May. We should have had this out back in March, but like I said, we've been extremely busy. So we're headed to the feed store, and we'll get back with y'all in a little bit. All right, guys, we're pulling up to the feed store. We're fixing to go in here and get our minerals. Get a couple of sacks of corn to feed the hog pen, and then we're going to check out to the camp. Alright guys, we made it to the camp, and I've got to make a correction. I said earlier that this was dicalcium phosphorus. This is dicalcium phosphate. I'm either brain dead or I was half asleep when we started. But as you can see, it has calcium and phosphorus with a good amount in it. It's 20% calcium, 18.5% phosphorus. So it's got a lot of what they need. Like we said, the two main minerals in antler growth is calcium and phosphorus. You can eventually get them eating straight Di-Cal, but starting out, we like to mix it with white salt, trace mineral salt. I don't know if it's bitter to them, but once you do this mixture that I'm fixing to show you a couple of times, then you can pretty much go to straight Di-Cal. You'll see us today when we put it out. This is the first time we're doing it this year, and we're probably going to just sprinkle a little bit of corn on top of it just to get them coming and licking to it, and once they find it, then it's over with. So what we do is we mix 1 part Di-Cal, 1 part white salt, and 1 part trace mineral. We mix it all together in our big old bucket here. Then we'll put it in 5-gallon buckets. I think it usually makes about 3.5 5-gallon buckets. Man, the mosquitoes are bad. And so that's not really 50 pounds, but it's going to probably make, 5-gallon buckets probably going to be close to 30-35 pounds of minerals. So if you can get 3 sites out of this versus if you went and bought like that 30-06 mineral mix, I think it's up to $70-80 a bag. I don't know what all. I think we paid $42 for this, and about $12 a piece for that. So you can get just about double the amount of mineral sites for which you can get one bag of the expensive stuff. So that's just a little old trick that we use. We're gonna get it mixed up. Connor's got me a knife. He got me a big old knife. Big old dull knife. Real big old dull knife. All right, let's start over. All right, we stopped to get a little bit sharper knife, and we put on mosquito spray because mosquitoes are just tearing us up down here. Oh, let me do that. What happened? Act right. Alright. And we're just gonna take everything and mix it up. And that's pretty much what it looks like. The reason I didn't pour all 3 bags in there is because it gets really hard to mix with that much in there at a time. So we mix about half of it, then we'll go back and put the rest of it in. Alright, now we're just going to transfer it to 5-gallon buckets just to make it easier to put out because I'm not strong enough to lift that bucket. You all may be. You're going to spill a little bit in this process. It's just part of it. Or it is for me anyhow. Alright, we got it all back in buckets. I tried to pick some of that up I spilled and put it on top. It's got a little bit of pine straw and stuff in it, but that won't matter. We made 3 buckets instead of 3.5, so that's 3 sites. So that's still double about what you'll get with 1 bag of your, expensive minerals that may come in a 30-pound bag versus a 50-pound bag. So that's just what we use. I mean, we've used the 30-06 mineral mix before and other things, but we like this. It's just cheaper and goes further. right, we're fixing to go set them out. As y'all can see right here, this is one of our primary mineral spots. And as you can tell, there has been deer here hitting it. There's been hogs out here hitting it. But look at all the deer tracks in here. And we have not put anything on this stump since probably September, October. Come around here. That's hogs right there wallering in it. That's hogs. And you see right here on these trees, they get out of that mud and they rub on them trees. There's some on that pine tree, some on that big pine back there. They get in here and waller in this mud to keep insects and stuff off of them. And it's kind of a protected. And I guess they go up there and they scratching and rubbing. I don't know. But this is been a good spot for years. I don't know exactly how Connor's gonna get out there to do that. Oh, we need a 2x12. Is there anything in there to step on?
Is there a board back at the camp?
Bring that bucket. All right, sack of corn. You can bring that sack of corn. That may be better. Throw it right down there. Flat it. We're gonna feed this to the hogs anyway, so we're gonna use that to step on. Then we'll pick it back up and take it around there to the hog trap and pour it out. But see, it rolls off that stump, gets down in there. You can see where they eat up under it. When it rains, it gets in the soil, and then they just eat the dirt. All right, guys, this is our third spot we're gonna feed. You can see all the tracks down in here. Well, they're already hitting this one as well. Look how much of the dirt that they have eaten right here over the years. Where I'm standing is where that stump, I mean, this is the height that stump originally was. Now look at it. They have eaten that much dirt and soil over the years just for putting minerals here. Like I said, when it rains, it soaks down into the soil, and then they just come back and start licking and eating the dirt and getting the minerals out of it. So it is definitely worth doing. And it takes a little while to get it established, but once you do, man, they'll just come back year after year. Like I said, this one hadn't had anything on it since September either. And it's funny because they don't hit it during the fall. There'll be no tracks in here whatsoever during the fall. That other one, it'll just be just a solid sheet of mud with no tracks or nothing in it. And the only thing I can figure out is that they're not producing antlers. They're not drawing anything out of their body. The forage is, it's not green, so they're not having to balance the water in the green forage with salt in their body. So it's really weird, but as soon as they start needing it and everything greens up, they come back to them. You can actually see the red in this stump from all the trace mineral salt. My bucket's about had it. Yep, I think that's the last time we'll use this old bucket. Uh-oh, there's a little bit left in there. And I will mention, these stumps that we're putting them on, these are hardwood stumps. When, you know, a tree blows over or weather blows it down, we'll just cut it off level at a good height. And the hardwood seems to last year after year. We've used pine in the past, but they end up rotting out. I don't know, salt must preserve them somehow or something. And another thing you can do, if you don't have a stump in a certain place that you want to feed at, when you see somebody that's got a big tree down in their yard, cut the butt of it off, something that's manageable, take it in there. We got one at Connor's spot that we've been using for 3 years now, and it hadn't rotted yet. So that's just another, if you don't have a hardwood stump, you can carry a big old block of hardwood in there and use it for a salt stump. We don't have enough to go into Connor's today. We'll have to come back next weekend, make up some more and put some more out. We got about 3 more places we want to put it out, but this will get us started. We're gonna go in here to the hog trap and bait it up while we're here, and see if we can't pull these hogs out of here. I don't know, it's a couple hundred yards up the road here, and see if we can start feeding them at the trap and getting them used to going in the trap. Connor came in here a couple of weeks ago and put out a sack of corn for me, and it looks like they found it for sure. You can see where everything's kind of roughed up a little bit. We didn't have the camera out. We're fixing to put a camera over it where we can see. I'm gonna bait a little bit outside and put some in the pen, try to get them used to going in there, just do a little pre-baiting. And I got to come down here and do a little work on my hog pen. Got to get this back. This came undone. Just need to, that just gives it a little bit of stability. I mean, it ain't nothing serious, but then we'll, as soon as they get used to, we got, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 nights of them actually going in the pen, you know, without being spooked. Then we'll come back and we'll set the door, set the trigger, see if we can't catch them. Realize that's a lot of corn, but I want to get them used to getting up here around the trap, and then they'll feel comfortable going in the trap. It may take several nights, so I won't have to come back and be putting my scent all over everywhere. I don't know if we need to set the camera on that tree or that tree. We ain't gonna be able, or maybe right there, and point it back towards the trap.
Yeah, maybe right there.
Anyway, we're gonna get a camera set up, and then we'll get back with you in a minute. All right, we got our camera set up. It's pointing back that way, so hopefully we can see them outside the trap and actually go and be able to tell when they get comfortable going inside. We're gonna try that for a few nights. If it doesn't work, I guess we'll move it back over there where we had it last year. And hopefully we can start getting some pics within the next couple of nights. and come in here and set the trigger. Guys, that's about gonna do it for this video. I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate all the support everybody's giving me, all the nice comments. Thank y'all for subscribing to my channel. And if you like this one, like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time. Thanks.